So, what you start to understand in life is certain things that are difficult for you may not be as difficult for other people. You have to accept that. You have to accept the fact that you may look at a person, and I'm just speaking men perspective. You may look at someone feel as if, he doesn't possess the things that you think that you possess. Process the way that you see yourself is not the way other people see you. You have to instill that. And even what you present yourself, certain people just don't accept it. So yes, she may, loved you a different way than she loved me or that other fella. That don't give you the right to look at that gentleman or me and feel as if the moments that, the time that me and that young lady shared, you get to look at and feel a way about because it just don't look how it looked when it was with you. Things that are difficult for some may not be as difficult for others. And today, but no, seriously, man, I just need people to really process that because naturally it seems as if this men has this competitive nature to think that once they have a woman that they share the moment with that it's possessive. The woman don't belong to you. Don't play yourself. And being a certain way makes it easy for the next man. And if you're asking me where I'm going with this, I just want men to understand that at some point you have to accept what you see. You don't get to pretend. You don't get to continue to act. If you want to be the man that's able to provide the lifestyle that you want to live and maybe the lady that you desire to be with want to live, if you want your kids to live a certain way, you want to drive a certain car, you just want all the finer things in life, then at some point you got to step it up and do the things that you need to do. You don't get to look at me or look at somebody else and feel like, they don't deserve it. And process this. Your insecurities are just that, your insecurities. What I'm saying to you is, it don't always take, it don't always take for you to have a lot, to receive a lot. All it takes at some point is for you to look in the mirror, identify what you see, and present your best self. And I promise you, at the end of the day, that woman will love you the best way she know how. And the way she know how will be the best way for you. And the way she loved me is the best way for me. So, yeah, that's just that. But anyways, welcome. Welcome everybody. Hey, Dennis. This part of the show is called Added Value. Now, I want to say thank you to all the people that has been added value to me. It's always a pleasure to keep y'all around. I know it's a process, and it will get better. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. But it's a lot going on in the world today. I don't know if y'all, familiar. You got the Chris Brown, you got the Quavo. And to be honest with you, I guess you knew that they had an issue if you was just so engulfed in just the celebrity drama. But then again, they said he dated the young lady back in 2018, meaning Quavo with Karrueche. He went on a date with the beautiful sweetie after that. You'll never just know that there was anything brewing until you seen them at the fashion show together. And then it was a statement released by Chris that he just wasn't feeling that, but for the money he wouldn't go mess it up. And then, it almost seems maybe a month or two later, forgive me with the timeline, he drops a song on his deluxe. And he jabs, little jab. Oh boy, but then Quavo came back, with some jabs of his own. And if you watch the Haney and Ryan fight, you know what a jab is. If you don't, then, ladies, it is what it is. Oh boy, but the light-skinned bandit strikes again. And with this last one, and I'm a Jay-Z fan, and I mean this with all the respect in the world, but also a tad bit of disrespect because I seen my guy rattled, back against the ropes, and Nas was throwing haymakers, and he was really throwing haymakers with just a chorus. I would tell you this. Chris Brown did not waste a bar in the song he released, aiming at Quavo. Again, like, I don't know if y'all seen some of the reels. I don't know what Karrueche did, what this young lady possessed. But ma'am, you should keep it to yourself. Because if it brings out that type of aggression in a man to put another man in his place, then ma'am, you are one powerful being. And you need to be loved on properly. And you need to be put away, as a lot of you other women are. Because, boy, I tell you, some of y'all are extremely talented. And when you are talented and beautiful, again, I can't speak for the young lady and how she conducts herself in certain ways. What I will say is, again, that goes back to the possessiveness when it comes to men. And not saying that he feels like he's entitled to the young lady. But when you introduce a woman into the industry, I can almost imagine how Chris felt, being that he dealt with that woman for so long before, again, she got introduced, because she's gorgeous, just she's stunning, she's beautiful. And I can only imagine when you look at a person, and again, you identify with this man, may not be of your standards as a man because you feel like you have more, and that just sometimes be meaning money. How could she deal with something? It just be those type of that type of energy. And with that being said, that type of energy brought out a different tone, as you will, when it came to this last diss. It was it was catastrophic. I guess that's the best way to say it. And as you see, the gentleman didn't go back in the booth and immediately get back at this one. You haven't heard a peep out of him. I'm pretty sure you won't. I don't know what Sweetie got to say, because she says she's going to get in the booth, she's going to drop some bars. Again, I don't know if that's the young lady he was talking about that Quavo was dating at the time that he had fun with. But one may make an educated guess. It would be her. But again, this is just the fun part about the world we live in. We're gifted this type of information, and for some strange reason, we just enjoy talking about it and having dialogue about it because it's harmless. It's not to judge. It's just to accept. There's always a message in it. And that means any woman that you have had previously, move on in life. You don't get to look at the gentleman and feel just because he's not of your standards that he's not of hers. Do what you want with that information. Drake.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Boy, and that wasn't for him. That was for everybody that thought that they was just going to... Listen, man, it's like a campaign against this gentleman. Boy, but y'all played yourself if y'all thought he wasn't going to speak up for himself. And I'm proud of him. We have seen times where, like especially Pusha T, I don't know what it is that he knows about Pusha T that the gentleman that advised him told him not to spew out, but it has to be some detrimental information, because at the end of the day, Drake didn't get to respond the way I'm sure he wanted to respond, and I can only imagine him being a petty guy he is. He's a Scorpio. Hint, hint, I'm a Scorpio as well. I try to operate in different parameters, but it is what it is. You shoot it directly, you shoot it indirectly, you shoot it, right? But anyways, back to Drake. Now, we all know the Like That. Kendrick Lamar had a nice verse. He had a nice verse. I'm not going front. He had a nice verse. But then your boy come back. Let me make sure I say this. Then Drake's come back. I'm sorry, I'm going through my notes. I know some of y'all listening. I ain't even got the camera up. I was about to say. That's funny. But anyways, I don't even feel like going to look for that. But then Drake drops his diss. And matter of fact, he dropped another one. But the first one, now I would say for me personally, I'm impressed. Not at the fact that he actually can rap, because we all know they can rap, but the fact that he actually said his name, he actually went directly at him, and this has been brewing for what, 10, 15 years at this point, is past overdue. But the Kanye jumping in, somebody tell him to sit down somewhere. I don't know what this campaign against Drake is right now. Ross jumped in, and Ross gonna use every opportunity to promote what he really got going on. I think that's what it's about for him. That's why he wanted to respond, so the eyes can be on him. But I don't know why y'all barked up that tree, because that tree can fall on you. And for all you gentlemen that's teaming up and doing collabs and indirectly or directly shooting shots at the boy, I'm not even the biggest Drake fan as far as caping for him. What I do know is, after hearing what he just did to Kendrick Lamar, then the Snoop Dogg and Tupac play, AI play, I really understand that he's built for this, and can't wait to show y'all that. And J. Cole, I'm gonna let J. Cole make it. He waiting to show y'all that he's not a J. Cole. That's what I was gonna get at, respectfully. And for whatever reason, of course, it's plays behind the scene that we'll never know about. We won't be privy to that information unless Drake makes it privy of why he probably did gracefully bow out. But Drake's not that. Drake doesn't have to do that. Drake's his own entity. His partnerships is intact. The money is already made. It's going to continue to be made. And him getting paid off other people's deals, that's something I don't know nothing about. Again, that's behind the scenes information I'm not privy to, but I am privy to hearing these diss records, just as y'all are. And it's clear. Is Kendrick Lamar going to drop? This is April the 22nd when I'm recording this. And as of now, everybody's saying it's something that's cooked up, or I think Jill Scott alluded to the fact that she heard something, but it's just a bunch of chatter. We also understand that Taylor, the Swift did drop, and he don't want to get in the way of that. Again, politics behind the scene. What we waiting on is Kendrick to respond. What I'm telling them is, just like they thought it was going to be a long night for Ryan Garcia, and Devin Haney found out what consequences are, respectfully, but you can say all you want to. I can think whatever it is that I think. The fact that the gentleman shot directly, Drake shot back, what's to come remains to be seen. But from my personal opinion, these gentlemen is going to be in for a long ride. All 36 of them. Y'all tell me what y'all think about this in the comments. Until next time, y'all be cool. How y'all be cool? Love.